Hey guys, I'm going to start this 1962 Chevy Impala I have. It's been a while since I've started it. So let's see how hard it is to start. Got a good battery connection, that's good. Almost. Man, that's great. If you're wondering why the windows are kind of fogging up, it's humid, very, very humid and hot. Oh my goodness. Very, very warm. I'll let it warm up here just for a second before I pull it outside. Probably see the water in the driveway. We get rain every day, So I dumped the water out of that little S10 Ranger there. And majority of it's out in the street. I always just kind of go uphill and let the water come out of the bed of it. We got a lot of rain last night and the ground is still wet. That's why I can't get none of the trucks out of the backyard. It rains so much. My goodness, we don't need any more rain. But anyway, some of it does come out in the driveway, so it is what it is. And what can I say? Except you got to deal with it. If you're a first-time person on my channel, or just run across this video by pure chance, why, this is a one family-owned 62 Impala, two-door sports coupe. Want to ease it outside real slow and let it run for a minute. Oh boy, that rain sure does make it hot and steamy. I'll stop right here. This thing's got power brakes and boy, they work good. Kind of show you around the insides before I get out. This is some of the stuff I think I mentioned in one of my videos on this car. This glove box is from a 61. A lot of things on a 61 and a 62 interchange, especially on the inside. The doors are the same on a 61 and 62. Gauges are the same. A 61 actually has a mechanical gauge instead of idiot lights like this one has. But it's basically the same car. I know I've told y'all a lot of stories to my regular subscribers about this car, so I'm going to try my best not to repeat myself. There's a reason I got this out today. For one thing, I went to see my friend who has a body shop, and he told me in about 2 weeks, I think, I wrote it on the calendar, or Mrs. PIB did, wrote it on the calendar. I'm going to get him to detail the motor. It's just something I'm not good at. Hang on just a minute. Okay, it's a 283, and he's going to detail the motor for me and make it look presentable. I'm not going for show quality, just something presentable. I've had the 283 rebuilt probably around 19, maybe 85. Since I've had the car, I've had it lowered, put the wheels on it, put dual exhaust on it. I got the grill guard for it. If you're not familiar with that, it's this piece right here. There's the hood pull. That's from a 61. I like it better than a 62. 62 is kind of plain. I know I've told y'all that before, but that's 61's just a little more fancy. I like it much better. Let's see what else. Oh, I guess I could show you the trunk. I think I showed y'all that last time I had it out. I done this myself. Splatter, patter, I think is what you call it. Anyway, I painted all this, and I bought the rubber that goes into the trunk, done all that myself. But I'm not good at detailing engines. That's just not my cup of tea, I guess you'd call it. But I'm just trying to get the engine compartment looking somewhat decent. Not bragging on myself, but I thought I'd done a pretty good job considering it was me. So, kind of show you around the car a little bit. I'm going to see, he doesn't know this yet, the guy that's detailing the engine, but I'm going to see if he will maybe blend in some white. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect, just kind of blend it in. There's no rust in the car. The only rust there is that was in the car was in the floorboard from the heater core. My grandparents owned this car, and my grandmother was the only driver. My grandfather didn't drive, so the heater core leaked, and I don't guess she knew it was leaking, and it rusted a spot there in the floor. I had it patched. I need to put those gauges in it sometime. I like gauges. This car is pretty much all original, except it's got the original 283 original power glide in it. It's I did put dual exhaust on it, as I said, and I lowered it, put the wheels on, put the bumper guards on the back. I bought new taillight lens. If you've kept up with my channel, I'm always buying new taillight lens because it just kind of makes everything pop. Anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's nothing on this car that couldn't be put back original, you know, without a whole lot of effort. Still a 283 original motor, whole 9 yards. I did change this steering wheel out and put a 59 on it because that's my favorite steering wheel. I think Chevrolet done an excellent job when they made a 59 Impala steering wheel. It's just so pretty. 58s, if you didn't know, this horn ring goes all the way around the steering wheel. So I like 59s. 58s is just a 1 year thing. They were awful bad when people would mash the horn button. They would snap. The ring would snap. So 59 and 60, they done this, which is probably a good idea. Kind of cleaned it up a little here too, I think. So I like it. I did put a passenger side door mirror on and a driver's side door mirror, the correct one for 62, which is this bow tie. Let me tell you, these parts for these cars are not cheap. I think I said that in the last video too. They're not cheap at all. This was like, I've had this emblem several years, and I think it was like 150 bucks, and I was tickled to death to get it because they were higher than that everywhere else. So I got it, and I got a new emblem in the back, just little things, but the rest of the car is pretty much all original. So I do need to play with it more. There's a whole lot of things I need to do, but if you've kept up with my channel, I mean, I have several trucks as well that I play with or have to keep up with, and it's kind of hard to keep everything, to have time to play with everything. I would have lots of time if it would just quit raining every day. So, but it rains every day around here, so by the time you get something out and start playing around with it, while a thunderstorm comes up all of a sudden and it'll just pour. My yard is so muddy. But anyway, I thought y'all might get a kick out of looking at this 62 Impala. I know I've told y'all the story about this, but it's one family owned, and I fell in love with this car first time I seen it. I was 5 years old. I was born in 57, and this is a 62, so my uncle bought it new. And then my grandparents bought it from him. I'm not going to tell the whole long story. If you're interested in it, and how I wound up with this car, please go back several videos. And I try not to get emotional on the car because I don't mean to talk about it every time I drag the car out, but every time I get the car out, I mean, it makes me remember. So I'm not going to talk about that this time. Oh yeah, I'll put these 327 emblems on instead of the 283. 327 is cross flags with the V and the red, white, and blue. 283 is just a V with a red, white, and blue, but I like the cross flags. So I just thought it dressed it up a little bit. Nobody knows or cares really anyway, so I just thought it kind of give it a little splash, touch, pop, whatever you want to call it. Old car sure does run good. It shifts good. As I said, it's a 2-speed power glide and it runs down the road good. This car is originally from Alabama, on top of Sand Mountain. So it's always been in the South. It's never been up north or anything. It's just always been right here. So I'm real happy and blessed to have this car. I truly am. Sometimes I can't believe how blessed I really am, and I don't mean to talk about the same thing over and over. So anyway, I got it out just to make sure everything was good on it, so when he calls for it to come to detail the engine, it'll be ready to go. I hadn't started it in a while. It just sits in the garage with the battery disconnected, so I thought I'd check it out. This driveway doesn't set level, if you're wondering why it sits goofy. Kind of has a tilt. I know I probably can't tell it in the video, but the driveway tilts a little bit. So anyway, I thought y'all might get a kick out of looking at this 62 Impala 2-door Sports Coupe. Real proud of this car. I was gonna try to give it a wax job, but there's no need in it. If I can talk my friend into maybe touching up a few spots, there's no need in waxing it until he's done. So try to see what he says. If he wants to do it, that's fine. If he'll just detail the engine compartment, something I can't do, I'm just not good at that. There's some things, I'm not good at a lot of things. If you keep up with my channel, I rely on a lot of friends, and I have a lot of good friends. So I rely on them a whole lot. So to help me achieve the look or the goal that I'm going for on some of my cars and trucks. So I don't know if y'all's like me or not. I don't claim to be a guru or a professional at anything. I have a lot of people ask me about penetrol, putting penetrol on a lot of my trucks that I have, and I answer the best of my knowledge, but I'm not an expert on that either. I just tell you what works for me. So after he gets done with this one, I'm going to see if he'll do the 75 C10 by the name of Sky, and maybe do Wilma if I can talk him into it. So y'all hang on, and hopefully he can detail those 3 engines compartments for me. If he would, I sure would be grateful. Anyway, car started right up as usual. Pretty good old car. And this is before I end the video, this is the original color. I've had it repainted one time back about 85 or 86. It needed painting really bad. The paint was chipping off. I mean, it was pretty bad. So I had a real good friend of mine back in the day to paint the car, but this is the original colors is what I'm trying to get at, white with the blue insert. I've had the seat reupholstered. I've had a lot of people tell me that they didn't make white seat covers for a 62. Well, I traded around for these from a guy that was trying to sell his 62. I don't know where he got the seat covers at. It didn't matter. I couldn't afford to buy seat covers. They're supposed to be blue insides, but I couldn't afford it, so I traded him out just to get some seat covers. I was sitting on springs, so I'm glad to get this, even though it looks good in the car. I think the white door panels, the white seat covers, blue carpet, blue dash, blue insert, hat rack, package tray. I mean, to me it looks good, and I don't care as long as I got a comfortable place to sit and the car looks decent. I'm tickled to death. Anyway, I've probably talked long enough. I hope y'all like the car. If you do, please subscribe and Let me know if you like the old car or not, or if you have one that you're working on. Stuff like this is, parts for these things are expensive. My goodness. Anyway, I have 2 channels if you didn't know. Primered is Best. And I have another one I just recently started called Chevy Trucks. It's 2 words, Chevy Trucks. I appreciate if you check them both out and subscribe to both. And also I have an Instagram channel. It's called Primered is Best, but it's all one word. So appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a great day, and I'll check y'all in the next one. Stay safe. God bless. See you later.